Okay, so Luke chapter 15, verse 11. All right, so Jesus is continuing giving him examples in the parable. And he said, a certain man had two sons. So he's setting up the parable here in verse 11. In verse 12, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. All right. So you got this, he's just giving them another example, right? So they got the two sons, and one of the sons, he wanted his inheritance early, basically. Okay. And then verse 13. And not many days after the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. So this son, he took his inheritance early, and he went out into the world and lived like the world, right? And he wasted all his inheritance. And then verse 14, and when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in the land, and he began to be in want. Right. So now he wasted all his money on the worldly junk. Now a famine comes about. Now he doesn't have anything. Verse 15. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. All right, so basically he got a job feeding the pigs. All right. And then verse 16. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husks that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. All right, so he's getting down and dirty in the muck with the pigs, and he got nothing left to eat, right? In verse 17, and when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? Right, so he said, and when he came to himself, he's like, snap out of it, man. Wake up, smell reality. He said, my father's house, I get plenty to eat over there. And then verse 18, I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee. Right. So he wants to get out of the pig pen, go back to his father's house, right? And then verse 19, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. So he's thinking he screwed up so bad. He said, oh, just give me a job. Well, just give me a job as one of the servants. You don't even have to be your son anymore.